Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and I hope you've been enjoying the Not E3 game announcement season. There's been a lot to be excited about so far, whether it's a surprising amount of space horror games that all look pretty good, other non-space horror games of course, and then a bunch of indie titles, puzzle games, roguelites, action games, probably one too many survival games. Well, whatever floats your boat, like I said, there's been plenty to be excited about, but you know that on this channel, we keep an eye on RPGs, especially Final Fantasy. We knew we were getting some Final Fantasy VII Remake related news this month, and we now have a date and time. On June 16th at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be getting a 10-minute broadcast celebrating the last 25 years of Final Fantasy VII. That's right, it's 25 years old this year, the perfect time for some form of announcement. Now let's be clear here. This doesn't specifically say they're announcing anything regarding 7 Remake, at least not in the official post itself. However, we were told last month by Nomura that there would be some news regarding 7 Remake this year. They're even asking people to co-stream their reactions with the hashtag FF7R. If that's not explicit, I don't know what is. Now, realistically, what should our expectations be for an event like this? Given the PR managers are telling people, don't miss it on social media, and they're asking for this hashtag and all that. Here's what I realistically think the 10 minutes are going to be broken down into. First of all, roughly 2 minutes overall across the entire broadcast of just speaking and thanking the fans through various methods, whether that be fan art or just a verbal acknowledgement of the franchise and the specific title in the franchise being so popular 25 years later. I then also expect roughly 3 to 3.5 minutes on First Soldier. That is their mobile battle royale that they released, what, must have been like, I think 6 months ago at this point. I think it released in January. It's going on to Season 3, and if I can make a little extra prediction, speculation only, I think they'll do a PC release for that at some point. I don't know. Part of me feels like that'll happen. Maybe not now, but I'm gonna insert that in there. Still won't play it, but my prediction has been made. Now, next on the list is about 3 to 3.5 minutes on Ever Crisis. Now, for those of you who don't remember, Ever Crisis is a gacha-based mobile game that is going to be a turn-based version of Final Fantasy VII Remake, essentially. It's got some slightly tuned-up graphics of just the basic overworld non-combat sprites that we remember, and then in combat, it looks very similar to 7 Remake's character models and whatnot, dialed down a bit for mobile, but still looks pretty good for the type of game that it is. And it is going to cover the entire compilation of Final Fantasy VII, though I'm sure not right out the gate. They're probably going to be gradually adding things like gacha games do, probably sticking with the base story before moving into things like even Before Crisis, Dirge of Cerberus, Advent Children. Yes, we know all of these will be storylines playable. Even First Soldier is going to have a playable storyline, much to my surprise. I think we'll be getting a more formal announcement that is currently slated for September, and honestly, also wouldn't be surprised to see they announce that for PC. I'm just saying, after what happened with Mobius being such an intense game on phones, I think they might learn their lesson this time with these high-fidelity phone games or mobile games. Now, the final bit, roughly a minute, Final Fantasy VII Remake 2 teaser. I don't think we'll be getting anything that explicit about 7 Remake 2. I'm sure the last couple of years have really put a hold on how quick the development for that has been moving. So here's what I'm expecting. This has been my prediction for years now, but I think we're finally going to see it here. They're going to just show a little teaser clip. It's going to be a truck that's going through a snowy area. There's hail, there's snow all around, the road is bumpy, and there's a few people in the back seat as it's being driven, 2 of which are Cloud and Sephiroth, because I think it will show us just that first little bit of a calm flashback. I think that's how the game is going to start. And I've seen that prediction around as well. I'm not the only one who's made it, so I think we can all will that into existence. But I don't think 7 Remake Part 2 will release before Final Fantasy 16, but never know. Who knows? They already had all the character models made. They've been working on it all this time. It hasn't been sleeping and doing nothing, so I'm going to just leave it at a January 2024 prediction, and I don't think they'll even tell us that from this broadcast. Anyway, I'll be sure to bring you all the coverage on what is actually announced in this broadcast when it finally happens, but until then, gotta wait a few more days. Anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned for anything 7 Remake or, you know, Final Fantasy related as a whole. Anyway, I'll see you next time, and until then, take care.